So yesterday, I started a fire in the shop. It was not on purpose. It wasn't with a torch. It was accidental. It is my worst nightmare for my shop and all my tools and my Jeep and everything else to burn to the ground. It's not only my worst nightmare, I'm sure it's the worst nightmare of any carpenter, joiner, machinist, homeowner, guy or lady in a shed. It's the worst thing. Let me go through exactly what happened in my case and just talk about it a little bit. So yesterday I was working outside because it was a rare, not rainy day mostly here in Seattle. And I had cut some all thread, some 5/16 all thread, and had taken it to the belt sander and just kind of turned it here on the end to take the burr off to be able to put a nut back on. It's something I've done countless times. Now normally I do it over in the machine shop, auto shop part of the garage, and not in the wood shop. Yesterday I didn't have a 2x72 belt on my Beaumont sander. I just had it was a pain in the butt to go get one, put it on, and so I was lazy. That is all I can say. I was lazy with it. And so I came in here to the wood shop side and I jumped on this machine, which is set up with my vac system. Now I know when I grind metal, because sparks and sawdust, very, very bad, you know, never turn on your vac system. So I didn't do that. Sparks flew, didn't think about it. Again, I've done it however many times. So I go outside, I do what I'm gonna do. It takes me like 4 or 5 minutes tops. I mean, really, that's not like man minutes or Windows minutes. It actually took 4 or 5 minutes. I came back in here and this whole space was full of smoke. I flipped out. I mean, I started yelling. I threw my ear pro and I grabbed one of the 5 fire extinguishers that I have here in the garage set up with little signs pointing to them. I run over here and I am ready to do battle. I am just ready to and I can't find it. I can't find the source. And so I think, oh God, a spark must have got into the wall, because I mean, as you can tell, I don't have any sheathing on the walls here in the garage. And so I thought, oh crap, it's in the structure. I started tearing everything over there completely apart at about 30 seconds. I can't find anything. I can't find the source of the smoke, and I'm flipping out, right? All I can see in the back of my head is my garage going up in fire and all my tools, and just, oh my God. I look up and it's actually the sander. Somehow there was a little bit of sawdust, even though the vac system's hooked up, a little bit of sawdust. Here, let me show you actually. All right, I got it outside, and what it looks like is there was a little bit of sawdust packed in here against this piece of plastic, and it lit and it set the sawdust here and the plastic on fire. Now, I mean, normally this thing is hooked up to the vac, so there shouldn't be a lot of sawdust there, but just a little bit. Now, of course, the vac wasn't on when I was grinding, but man, just melted it. I'm really glad I caught that. So, to add insult to injury, I take it outside, you know, run with it outside. I set it on the ground there, right in front of the garage, and I have a water hose there, and I just doused the thing. So my 78-year-old mother lives with us, and she comes out on the back porch, and she looks at me and she goes, "Honey, should you be spraying the machine with water?" Thanks, Mom. Anyway, so I got the fire put out. It was smoky in here for hours. I ended up like opening up the doors and turning on one of the fans to get it out. And then I was paranoid the rest of the night. I checked on the garage constantly. I came in here, I poked around, I left the light on, and I checked on everything at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. I couldn't sleep, and so at 2 I came back out here sniffing around and looking, and no burning smell, but really flipped me out. Now I do have smoke alarms here in the garage, and they are tied to my phone, so if my smoke alarm goes off, oh, and yesterday when there was smoke, they were going off. They absolutely were. I walked in the door and they started. But it's tied to my phone, so if I'm laying in bed, I get a message. It doesn't matter. was still freaked out, still super paranoid. We all have either known people or heard stories of people that their garages burned down, and it's tragic. There's some things that we can do to keep this from happening, to keep ourselves and our property and our ability to earn a living safe. Fire extinguishers, separate wood and metal work. I don't do a great job of it. I have a 30-foot shop and there's a wall in between. I don't weld in the garage. I actually weld outside the garage or in an awning on the other side. Just be really careful of sparks. Even if you're not, woodworking or there's a lot of wood, just be careful of sparks. Smoke alarms, fire alarms, carbon monoxide alarms. I again have mine tied to my phone. What I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wire it so it has an outside alarm too. Again, my worst nightmare. It's all about paying attention, and it's all about not burning your garage or your shop down. So whatever you can do to help mitigate that. Some of it can just be clutter. Just make sure your shop, nobody come and look at my shop, it's too cluttered. But make sure your shop is not cluttered. Make sure that you sweep up piles of sawdust, use a vac system, use an air cleaner, that sort of thing. And all these sound like expensive options, but is it expensive to do now or after everything burns? Most importantly, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Don't be lazy and just do something. Oh, it'll be fine. I tell myself that all the time, and it's the one reason why I don't have a fridge in the shop, because I know if I have a beer, I'll say, oh, it'll be fine, and I'll end up, without fingers. In this case, I said to myself, it'll be fine. It almost wasn't fine. So again, be careful and watch what you're doing. Be cognizant and have safety material in place, like fire extinguishers, like wet welding blankets, like welding shields, a sprinkler system, fire alarms. And I know I keep talking about this, but it really hit home for me. So I'm all about showing my mistakes when I build something. As many of you have seen, I screw up, and I have no problem like putting it in there and showing you exactly how I screwed it up and exactly how I fixed it. This is one of those cases. Yeah, just be careful. Be more careful than me. Learn from my almost mistake and not have a major one yourself. Anyway. All right, be safe and be careful. Thanks.